I'm sorry. Well, I figured I might as well dive into the slop with everyone else. Let's be honest. When you're Canadian and you look south of the border, it can feel like you're watching a Netflix true crime documentary that somehow never ends. And the Jeffrey Epstein case is one of those stories that's almost too surreal to believe. A billionaire with shady connections, private islands, and powerful friends who all claim they knew nothing. And then there's the suicide that sparked more conspiracy theories than the moon landing. And from Canada, we see this not just as a criminal case, but as a reflection of how power, money, and influence can bend reality, sometimes to the breaking point. And Epstein's crimes weren't just about personal misconduct. They involved a systematic exploitation of young women, often minors, who were groomed and trafficked through his social network. Multiple survivors have testified about a coordinated operation, one that used private jets, luxury homes, and his private island in the Caribbean. And from a Canadian perspective, this is where it all gets chilling. We tend to think of trafficking as something that happens in shadows, hidden, desperate, and far away. But Epstein operated in plain sight, hosting lavish parties attended by some of the most famous people on the planet. It forced you to ask, how much did they know, and how much could they ignore? When Epstein was arrested in 2019, it felt like justice might finally happen. The charges were serious, the evidence was damning, and the media frenzy was global. But then, just weeks later, the story took its most infamous turn. Epstein was found dead in his Manhattan jail cell. The official cause? Suicide. The public reaction? Yeah, sure. Security cameras just happened to fail. Guards just happened to be asleep. The cellmate just happened to be moved out the day before. For Canadians, used to seeing American scandals play out like badly written TV dramas, this felt like the writers were getting lazy. The coincidence stack was too high. Theories exploded overnight. Was Epstein silenced to protect the powerful? Did he cut a deal and fake his death? Was this part of a much larger network that extends into politics, business, and entertainment worldwide? From Ottawa to Vancouver, the jokes came fast. Epstein didn't kill himself was scrawled on everything from internet memes to Tim Hortons bathroom walls. But underneath the humor was a real unease. If this could happen in the United States, with all its investigative resources and media attention, what does that say about justice anywhere? Some Canadians even began to wonder how far these networks extend north. Canada has its own history of political scandals, corporate corruption, and cases where the elite seemed untouchable. Epstein's story just poured gasoline on that distrust. So, what can we, as Canadians, actually learn from this mess? Power protects power. Whether it's Wall Street or Bay Street, the wealthy and connected often play by different rules. Transparency matters. Secret settlements, sealed court records, and backroom deals are where truth goes to die. Media responsibility. U.S. media often walks a fine line between reporting and protecting relationships. Canada isn't immune. Our press can also be hesitant to dig too deep into certain circles. And don't underestimate public pressure. If there's one good thing that came from the Epstein story, it's that survivors kept speaking out, despite intimidation and smears. That's a lesson for all of us. Well, from up here in Canada, the Epstein saga looks like a cautionary tale about what happens when money and influence outweigh accountability. It's a reminder that justice isn't automatic. It's something you have to demand loudly and without letting go. And maybe that's why, quote unquote, Epstein didn't kill himself isn't just a meme. It's a shorthand for a deeper truth. When the powerful close ranks, the truth often dies first. Now, I know I haven't said anything groundbreaking or earth shattering in this video that we don't already know, except there was just one thing. This isn't a red versus blue issue. And this isn't a Democrat versus Republican issue. This is the fact that they, on both sides, have had this information for years. They know who the players are. They know who did what and who's responsible. All we can hope is that through our noise and questioning, we can get the answers and know the truth. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and stay safe.